Okay, okay. Welcome to Zone 864 Live on YouTube. Welcome to Zone 864 TV on Rumble. And eventually, this stream, or parts of the stream, will eventually make its way over to Zone 864 TV on YouTube. So, if this is your first time seeing me, finding my channel, go ahead and hit the like button anyway. If you ain't never seen me before in your life, go ahead and hit the like button anyway. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I know you're going to like the content. I know you're going to like my commentary. And I know you're going to like the vibes. So go ahead and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. I am your host, Zone. We're going to get right to it this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are in BC hours, ladies and gentlemen. We are in booty call hours. We are in booty clapping hours, ladies and gentlemen. And I had to jump on this incident right now, today, right now, because tomorrow I'm not going to, well, it's already tomorrow, but I'm not going to feel like doing it later because in a few hours, I'm on the West Coast, so in a few hours, the East Coast will be up. The East Coast will have, the East Coast will be talking about this. But that's the beautiful thing about being on the West Coast is that, while things are happening, we're still up because we're 2 and 3 hours behind the East Coast. So a lot of the East Coast, this video that we're going to review, we're going to be reviewing Anton Daniels going on the Cory Holcomb show, going on the 5150 Cory Holcomb show, the show that Cory Holcomb does on his YouTube channel every Tuesday night. Cory Holcomb has been doing this content thing, this YouTube thing for like 16, 17 years. So, he's not a newcomer. He's not a newcomer when it comes to this content game. And he's obviously not a newcomer when it comes to the comedy game. Cory Holcomb is a legend. Anton Daniels. I've had my I guess you could say my opinions about things that Anton Daniels has said. Whenever he's made those remarks. For the life of me to this day, make sure I got my levels right. Testing, check. For the life of me to this day, I will never understand why Anton Daniels would bring somebody like Fleece Johnson, the Booty Warrior, on his YouTube channel and do a whole interview with him. And I know that it's Anton's channel and it's his choice, and he could do any type of content that he wants to do on his channel, but for the life of me, I will never really understand. And I know he thought he was doing it for entertainment. You know, it probably got decent views because a lot of people want to see the bull-ish. You know, a lot of people enjoy the bull-ish, you know. And let me adjust my camera, y'all. Hold on one second. Seems a little bit tilted for some reason. Okay. But yeah, man, this is all live, man. I'm no stranger to making adjustments on the fly live. You know, I've had camera malfunctions. I've had microphone malfunctions. I've had computer malfunctions, you know. So as a content creator, you got to be able to, fix these things and address these things on the fly. You know, you gotta know what you're doing. But again, y'all, welcome to Zone 864 Live, Zone 864 TV on Rumble, Zone 864 Live on YouTube, and this will eventually be on Zone 864 TV on YouTube as well. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We're gonna get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't gonna watch this show until tomorrow. Because I was out handling some business, moving in an orderly fashion. And I just so happened to click on the Cory Holcomb show at the right time. And I was surprised at what I was seeing. So what I want to do is I just want to take a few minutes. This is probably going to be about an hour long, maybe a little bit more than an hour, with the commentary in the mix. But I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was thoroughly entertained. I was thoroughly entertained, and I thought, Cory Holcomb was hilarious as usual. And, I even thought that Anton, was saying some valid things as well. I even thought that Anton was saying some valid things as well. But we're going to get started, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. We putting in that work. We're trying to get back into algorithms. It's going to take some work. But with my hustle and your support, anything could be done. You heard? All right. But we're going to go ahead and review Anton Daniels and Cory Holcomb on the 5150 show. Let's go.
True.
5150 in the house. Is this the first or the second show of the year?
Second
show of the year, we jumping it on. Y'all already know what's up. I'm Cory Holcomb, eating these cherry sours I shouldn't be eating. This is Darlene OG Ortiz, for people who don't know.
Thank you for that. Oh my God, not the full thing.
I was on time, I'm gonna just say that.
Hey,
Yes,
we expected it. I already knew. That's why I got here almost on time.
I was on time.
My man. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of y'all know. We said he was coming. Anton in the house. Hey man, let me tell you something. I'm so glad you're here. Because people need to see a clash like this. Not a clash within something bad, just people who got something to say, like what you say and what I say. I think it's gonna be interesting.
I do too.
So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seat belts because it's gonna be a bumpy ride, man. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Let's go.
I think it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, we had a great conversation too. We had time before you got here, so we had a great
I
conversation.
buttered it up, so
You don't need
That's
to
what's
butter.
up.
I
You
made
don't need
sure
to butter
that
me up.
that she felt good about this.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to butter.
We still trying to get Shannon Sharp on here, so Darlene can have something to do after the show. That should be proud of.
Oh, brother, too old. That man don't want this.
Well, I know
Your
that,
chat think they tough.
Who
I
cares?
noticed
They
that.
think they tough?
They think they tough.
Yeah. They be out there.
They not that tough.
Uh-oh.
We
You
seen-
charging them up.
We seen,
Uh-oh, here we go.
seen
Yeah.
worse. You know, I don't pay attention to niggas that don't got no profile picture.
You know what? I always
I
hate
promise to
motherfuckers
God,
talk,
bro.
And they scared to step forward.
I don't pay attention. I think them type of niggas jerk off in their socks.
Yeah.
Well, now they've gotten so savvy where they can actually put.
Wait a second, Anton. Have you been listening to me? Because that's something that I say. That's one of my lines that I say when ninjas come in my chat room with no avatar, or ninjas come in my chat room and try to insult the host while the host is putting on a live stream or presenting some content. Anton, is you watching me? Are you taking my lines? Because that's something that I say to the trolls that come in my chat room and try to troll me when I'm doing a live stream. Let me find out you watching me, Anton. You know, I know y'all big YouTubers and streamers. Y'all be watching us little guys like y'all don't be knowing who we are. But y'all know who we are. So let me find out. Not even Anton. Let me find out you bigger YouTubers is secretly watching it and not hitting the like button and not subscribing to a ninja channel. Let's go.
Put a picture, but you open it up and it's like, oh, no post, no nothing. It's like,
Somebody
oh,
said-
okay.
We don't take that serious.
Exactly. Keyboard cowards is what I call them.
Somebody said, what Craig had, he on time out. Craig had a show, fool.
That's right.
Craig going out here doing his thing.
Papa Craig.
But anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. There's so much to say. I know we ain't gonna be able to get to it all, but
We gonna try?
there's so much to say. I gotta ask you this, just off top.
I'm with it.
How do you feel? Because we ain't gonna do all politics, because that ain't what the show
We
about.
gotta get there though.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want you to miss no points.
All right, I'm with it.
What do you feel about this nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons? I'm
think
talking
that's a
about
part
this
of the
nation, the U.S.
That's the part of the game.
When you say the part of the game, I don't understand. Do you think?
Everybody done been conquered. Slavery didn't exist way before we ever came in here. So I don't see what the problem is.
Well, I tell you like this. I cannot respect men who are claim jackers. Like I don't
Like what? Give me an example.
Like the United States.
No, give me an example, like a real life thing. Like, what did they take?
The United States.
Like taking this country?
Not just taking this country. How do you think you got here?
Yeah, the transatlantic slave trade.
You're a smart man.
Right. I studied it. I know all about it.
So it's very hard to be respectful of what is here when me, for example, as an African American male, I know how I got here. I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here. My people were kidnapped. My people were
sold by
robbed.
Africans.
They what?
They were sold by Africans.
You say all the people were sold by Africans?
How you think what you think white people came over there and got us?
Yes.
No, they were sold.
So
They just capitalized off of it better than the Africans did.
Okay, so you're saying that all of the black people that were brought here were sold by Africans.
Correct.
So the white people they were just doing transactions over there.
Absolutely.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely, and you know, obviously, you know, most of us human beings that are alive today, we weren't there. We don't know every single historical thing that happened, but I could definitely say that there is enough historical evidence to show that yes, Africans sold other Africans into slavery via the transatlantic slave trade. And yes, I also believe that there were melanated so-called black people in North America before the transatlantic slave trade, just as there were melanated black people throughout all, in my personal opinion, throughout all continents before the transatlantic slave trade. So I think there's definitely, I think both things are true. Both things are true. But I will say that not every Black American has ties to slavery. Not every Black American actually came from Africa. So that's a whole nother discussion. But we're going to get back to the video.
It was capitalism. See, the thing about white people, you think that racism is inherently in them. Racism is inherently in all of us. Black people is some of the most racist people I've ever seen in my entire life. We don't even like each other.
So can I ask you a question?
No, hold on. Let's stay there.
Okay.
We don't even like each other. And so black people participate. Some of the first slavers in the United States of America was black people.
Okay. So let's stop it right there. I've heard Anton with this talking point or this I've heard him speak on this particular topic before. Not on his channel, but I think it was on either somebody else's channel or like a news channel or something like that. Now, I'm on the fence when he makes a statement like black people are the most racist people. I'm on the fence with that. Only because, you know, if we are talking about Africans and different groups of melanated so-called black people across the world, we have one of the most documented histories of being tribal people. The non-melanated people, or the, I guess you could say the mayonnaise people, you know, for lack of better words, they don't have a history of being tribal. They have a history of colonization, global colonization, and even colonization amongst their own. But again, if you look at groups of melanated so-called black people across the globe, we have documented history of being tribal. And I think the resentment when it comes to black people, the resentment that black people have is the fact that a lot of us, you know, not only did we have the transatlantic slave trade happen, but we had that it was like a domino effect of everything that happened after that. Slavery, you know, all kinds of injustices. So I think it's the fact that we have a lot of black people today that even though, you know, we are black Americans, foundational black Americans, American descendants of slaves, however you want, native black Americans, however you want to say it, freedmen, because there's many titles. I think the resentment and the frustration comes from not knowing truly where we actually come from, having a lot of our history destroyed, hidden, you know, and then just constantly being messed with. There's no other group of people that just get messed with like black people historically, especially if we're talking about America. And this is my personal opinion. I'm always willing and open to be educated. You know, I'm 37. I don't know everything. I only know what I know, but I'm always striving to learn more. Let's go.
That's the truth. So what I'm trying to understand is,
was slavery in the United States before?
Slavery existed thousands of years before we got here.
Okay.
Slavery was on every single continent in this world. That's a fact. Now, the thing that's a problem with it is that, then this is the problem that I have. What you niggas want?
What do you mean when you say what you need?
What do y'all want?
What
Like,
do you want?
because y'all complaining about it over and over again. And I'm trying to understand, what is it that y'all looking for?
And see, this is where I'm going to disagree with him. Because here's the thing. Other groups of people outside of so-called black people, quote unquote, complain about things over and over again. You have the Native Americans today that have, they have their own casinos. They have their own reservations. They have, their own tribal governments. And yet, every chance that they get, they're still trying to get more from the U.S. government. They're still trying to get legislation passed in recognition of something for one of their tribes. You have Hispanic people that consistently and constantly push for more legislation that benefits their race, their people. You have the Asians who constantly are coming to America and building new Chinatowns, new Koreatowns, new Asian districts. And that's how it's supposed to be done. And they do not stop trying to get legislation and grants and any type of anything that they could get passed in a local government, federal government. They keep continuing to push for their own causes. Yet when so-called black people do it, when we do it, when we're trying to figure out who we are, when we're trying to establish ourselves politically, when we're trying to get on code, when we're trying to establish our ethics, we have ninjas like Anton Daniels who say that we're complaining, when all we're doing is we're having public conversations and we're talking about how can we fix this? What's the next step? What are the issues that we're having? But a ninja like Anton Daniels, who has it all, he has everything figured out, will say that people who are having that so-called black people who are having conversations are complaining. And I disagree with that. And I'm always going to disagree with that talking point, whether it's Anton Daniels saying it, or whether it's Charleston White saying it, or whether it's anybody of that ilk saying it. I'm always going to disagree with it, because other groups of people are always trying to get things pushed through government and legislation to benefit them. Let's go.
What is going to help y'all? A whole thing that has happened.
Because I'm solutions oriented, and I'm tired of niggas that ain't never been through shit complaining about shit that they ain't never been through.
If you black in the United States, you've been through some shit.
But
I also disagree with that, because at 37 years old, I haven't been through the same issues that my parents went through. I haven't been through the same social economic issues that my grandparents went through. I haven't been through the same social economic issues that my great grandparents went through. But here's the thing. That's part of my purpose. And this is what I believe. That's part of my purpose for existing, because I'm here to try and build off of what they went through. I'm here to take all of their past hurt, all of their past pain, all of their past triumphs when it comes to raising a family. I'm here to move that forward, as well as my other colleagues around in my same age bracket and that have the mindset that I have. This is why I exist, and this is part of my purpose today. So no, we haven't been through the same things that our elders have been through, but we know what our elders have been through. And our job now is to consistently work every single day until we can eradicate all issues so that we could just thrive and be successful like everybody else. That's how I feel about that.
I'm tired of niggas complaining about shit that they have never been through. You've been through some shit, but you ain't been through that.
I don't
And so-
understand. What are you saying? Like, I'm
because
trying to
most of
make
the niggas that's complaining about it ain't never even really seen real racism. These is new niggas. All of these internet niggas right here, these is new niggas.
So are you saying black people in the United States, some of them have skipped over racism?
Yes, definitively,
Come on, man.
definitively. You have.
Yeah, and I disagree with that as well because this is my mindset, right? This is my live stream, right? This is my video. This is Zone talking. This is my mindset. If you're born here in the United States, I don't care. I don't even care if you're white. If you're born in the United States, you're born under a system of white supremacy. That's my mindset, and it's never going to change. You could be a black person and still be a cog in the wheel of white supremacy. You could be a black person and be a white supremacist. Everything you get in America, you have to earn unless you have family that really cared about you, that prepared so that when you got to a certain point in your life, they had a few dollars to give you when you go to college. When your child turns 18, you got a few dollars to give your child so that they can get their first car, so that they can put a down payment on their first home. Or maybe you be a co-signer on their first home. Or maybe your child wants to start a business, but they don't have any capital to invest in it. So you as the parent or you as the family member, you become one of the primary investors in their startup business. So if you're born in America, I don't care what race you are born under a system of white supremacy. That's what I believe, and I'm never going to stop thinking that. Never going to stop believing that. It don't matter if you become a billionaire. If you're Jay-Z, you become a billionaire. If you're 50 Cent and you become a billionaire, because anytime, if you're Tyler Perry and you become a billionaire, because we see what's happening with all of these lawsuits. Now, whether they were complicit in the lawsuits, that's a whole nother thing. But what we know about the system of white supremacy is when you don't play that game, when you don't play that good old boy game, it's nothing for them to come and snatch all that money from you. Why you think we don't see Jay-Z like we used to? Why you think Jay-Z don't even talk like he used to? He don't do interviews like he used to. And he playing the game smart. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Jay-Z is playing the game because he knows that he's only one breeze away from white supremacy coming to snatch everything that he's worked up for from him and his family. Don't get it twisted. Just because you're doing well, that doesn't mean that white supremacy isn't watching you. White supremacy is always watching you. You got a cell phone in your hand. You sit in front of a computer all day. You get in your car. The GPS knows where you are. That's white supremacy watching you. You got a YouTube channel. You got a Facebook account, Instagram, TikTok, Google. You typing in these search engines, looking up different things. That's white supremacy looking at you. White supremacy already knows who you are and what you are before they come and get you. So don't ever think that just because you're doing well in America, that you're not in a system of white supremacy.
Have a greater chance of being killed by somebody that look like you than to ever interact with somebody that don't look like you and kill you.
But do you
That's a
understand,
fact.
Do you understand that it's made like that on purpose? The position
It's the system.
that-
The system
position
against
that-
us. I got it.
Okay, but the position you and your people are in,
Who was my people?
black people, do you claim black people?
I'm a Christian first. I claim.
Well, I think something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
black
that.
is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
that's
brown,
why you start believing it.
then.
No. We not brown. We not.
And see, here's another thing too, right? I agree with Anton Daniels. Race in general, race, black, white, is a social construct. It is something that was made up to put people in a category, to separate people and give people some type of identification. I agree with Anton on that one, but here's the thing. A dude like me, I'm proud to be so-called black, even though I have brown skin. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if I came out as a blue black man. I would still be proud of who I am. Because that's the mindset that I was raised under. I was taught to be proud of how I look, be proud of how my hair looks, be proud of how I sound. Be proud of what my skin looks like. Be proud of who I am. I was taught that if anybody's talking shit about me, it's because they really want to be me. They really want to be who I am. So I agree with Anton that, yeah, race is a social construct, but they made that shit. They made that shit, and I'm going to run with that shit because black is beautiful and black is strong. And people are afraid of black, and they're afraid of black because black is powerful. But if you listen to somebody like Anton is going to give you all of this regurgitated nonsense that he himself probably heard somewhere. And he's going to make you feel like you're inferior to be how you look, to be who you are. They want to classify themselves as white. I'm going to classify myself as black. Because I know the power that comes with that. And this is the difference in a mindset between myself zone and somebody like an Anton Daniels. And he can have his opinion, but I can have mine as well.
Not black. We're not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We're not none. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My foundation is always going to be Christianity, Christ, Jesus first. I don't claim none of that other shit. You're not gonna get me to believe in you based off of some shit that you can't control. You didn't pick it. And the thing about other cultures, whether you're black, Chinese, Asians don't fuck with each other just because they're Asian. Chinese people and Japanese people and Taiwanese people, they're all different. Koreans are different. All white people don't fuck with all white people. So why do I have an obligation to fuck with somebody just because he black? Okay. And then the definition of how you define black is based off of something that a white man gave to you.
Okay. Well, trust me, brother. You white people, let me tell you something. I know Caucasian people that have looked at me and threw me licks. Mm-hmm. But I am from Chicago.
And I'm from Detroit.
It was Chicago is very segregated. I knew nothing about Caucasian people until I moved to Los Angeles. And a lot of the stories I heard, it turned out to be just that. But back to this Christianity, you have to understand this. You were taught that by the people who kidnapped you. Is that a lie?
Nope.
Okay, so
we was taught everything that you know on this earth, it was taught to you. The racism that you have in your heart, it was taught to you.
You say I'm racist?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I studied you.
See,
wow.
I studied you.
This is why
Where am I racist? I don't know a lot of racism in me.
Absolutely.
But maybe you can show me something I don't know.
We're going to get there.
I wanted
we'll
you
get
guys
there.
to start the show off in your own, like,
No, when Brother Anton Daniels was talking to me on the phone, I knew that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I believe we can have a conversation like men. It's like a lot of stuff he said right now, I disagree with so much. But
both of us.
I'm going to try to make a point because I have the hopes. I have the hopes in reaching him. in a way. You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't guaranteed. I'm not
And I have the hopes that I'm gonna get y'all off of the Democratic plantation.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about the Democratic plantation.
Everything that you speak of, it's a reflection of the same thing that they speak of. So you may not claim it, but you're a reflection of it.
Well, if I reflect something that is this Democratic plantation, I tell you what, I really don't study a Democratic plantation. I try to study being a stand-up human being where when I look in the mirror, I don't see a slick motherfucker. Correct. That's what.
And see, I just want to say this too, right? See, Anton just claims that he studied Cory Holcomb, and I am an avid watcher. I missed the last couple shows, but you know, I mean, the last couple shows ain't shit compared to all the shows that I've watched, all the years that I've watched Cory Holcomb, the 5150 show, right? And see, he said that he studied Cory Holcomb, right? And see, here's the thing. Cory Holcomb, if you really study Cory Holcomb, he will speak his mind when it comes to politics. He will speak his mind when it comes to social issues. He will speak his mind when it comes to social economic issues. But Cory Holcomb ain't never really claimed to be no Republican or Democrat. I've seen Cory Holcomb give the smoke to Obama and Trump, Bush and Clinton, Biden and Trump. I've seen Cory over the years give the smoke to everybody. And see, this is the problem with ninjas like Anton. And Anton is free to have his own mindset. But I'm sorry, me personally, I'm not buying that I'm Christian first shit. You know why I'm not buying that Christian first shit? Because white supremacy doesn't see you as a Christian first. White supremacy don't believe in no Christian first shit. White supremacy is going to do what's best for white supremacy. So Zone got to do what's best for Zone, just like everybody else got to do what's best for them. Now, I could say that I'm God first, but I'm not going to say that I'm a Christian first, because there were no Christians before Christ himself. Christian didn't come until after Christ. So how you going to be something? How you going to be something when there was God first? So the same way that Anton is trying to say that Cory Holcomb's logic is flawed when it comes to being proud to be a black man, Anton's logic is flawed when it comes to being Christian first. Because before Christ, you were a black man, you were a black woman, even though that may not have been the title for what the skin tone was back then, or what the group of melanated people was back then. But before Christ, you were the melanated black woman, the melanated black man. So if Cory's logic on the black and white thing is flawed, then Anton's logic on the Christian first thing is flawed. Let's go.
I am.
I'm with it.
I don't like slick motherfuckers.
That's the first thing we agreed on.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we got there. But I get labeled all the time. I was talking to a young lady on the phone the other day, and she said, "I know you hate the what's the lady who calls herself a doctor? I'm blanking right now.
Oh my God,
Dr. Bryant." And I'm like, I don't hate nobody. Where do you get hate from? And then I was on the internet. Every once in a while, I look at the pages that use my likeness and image and everything, and I listened to some of the stuff they said, and I was called bitter, and I don't know how to get money. But anyway, coincidentally, today I'm talking to a brother who knows how to work the internet well and get money.
Facts.
Well, you see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like, everything comes in its season for a man like me. I don't say I got all the answers to everything, but I am willing to talk logically to people who I feel like are able to communicate. That's what I'm saying. Because like the stuff you say, and you know, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, that's your personality too. Like,
And it would be boring to hear just one person's take or views on things. This makes it interesting.
Excuse me, ma'am. You need a mic, ma'am. You can ask on the mic. Goddamn.
Anton, just a clarifying question. What about, are you comparing racism with prejudice? Is it, do you think black people can truly be racist, or are we just prejudiced?
no, I think that there's a lot of people that hate white people, like straight up hate white people, and it's very unfortunate.
And see, here's the thing, right? And see, I'm not gonna let Anton get away with his one-sided talking points, his one-sided narrative that he has. Let's put this out in open. Everybody hate. If we're gonna say black people hate white people hate black people, everybody hates everybody. You got white people who hate black people who hate white people, Asians who hate Hispanics, Hispanics who hate Asians, vice versa. Everybody hate everybody. So I'm not gonna let Anton get away with this. Oh, you know, well, black people are the most racist and black people hate white people because this, that, and the third. Because that's some dumb shit to me. Because I live out in the real world. Okay, unlike Anton, I don't got millions of dollars. I'm not hating. I'm not pocket watching. Okay, I've heard the brother say he's a millionaire. I see that he does well for himself, and I'm glad for that. I think that he sets a decent example for, you know, what it looks like to be a successful black man. Do I agree with a lot of what he says? Hell no, I don't agree with a lot of what he says. But I'm in the public every day. I'm outside every single day. I'm forced to deal with the public every single day. I'm forced to talk to people even if I don't want to talk to them every single day. I'm forced to deal with people of all walks of life every single day. Anton doesn't. Even though he says he's traveled to all these states, cities, countries and all this kind of stuff, he ain't outside the way that I'm outside. Yeah, he does his meetups and stuff like that. Those are selected people that he already knows. I'm in the real world dealing with people that I don't even know. I used to have a job that was 30 miles away from where I was living at the time. And I used to have to take the light rail, which is our version of the subway over here in the state that I'm in on the West Coast. I used to have to take the light rail every single day back and forth to work, 30 miles every single day. You know how many people I met, how many people I talked to, how many people I didn't like, how many people was cool? Thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of people I'm talking to. Anton is isolated. He be on the internet doing his show, and that's all good. Do your show. But I'm not going to let Anton just get away with this narrative that just, you know, black people just inherently hate white people and all. Nah, everybody hate everybody if that's the case. And that's the truth. And just like everybody don't hate everybody. And that's also the truth.
Because they're not even the ones that's winning over here. We compare ourselves against a group of people that the majority of them is on food stamps and welfare. They would be a disappointment to their ancestors.
Right, but isn't true racism a system that controls access to, you know?
Well, that's the argument, right? The argument is
we can't make sure white people don't get access to certain schools and you know, programs and things like that.
The main way that they
You need to be empowered to be racist, to be quite honest.
See, that's what I was going to say. Y'all, that's the argument that black people make, is that you can't be racist if you can't actually have an impact on another group of people. So it's supposedly systemic. It's false.
Really?
I just seen a guy that used to be the president of the United States of America that wound up becoming the president of the United States of America for the second time almost get everything taken away from him. Literally. And he was basically being taken down by black people.
That is not true. Was it a black person that tried to assassinate Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania? Was it a black person that tried to assassinate him on the golf course a few months in Mar-a-Lago a few months after that? Now, if you're talking about, the felonies with, if you're talking about the lawsuits with Letitia James and the Gorilla Grip attorney that's down there in Georgia, I forget her name. The attorney that was having an affair with one of the other attorneys, and it turns out that she was giving her boyfriend some money or something like that, and he was a lawyer. Fannie Willis or not Fannie Willis or whatever that lady's name down there in Georgia is. It was not primarily black people that tried to stop Donald Trump from getting back in office. Like, and I'm gonna go ahead and call Anton. I'm gonna go ahead and call that talking point a goofy talking point, because black people don't have that kind of power to stop somebody from getting in office. We can certainly help somebody get in office, but we don't have the type of power to stop somebody from getting in office. All those assassination attempts, that wasn't black people trying to stop him from getting in office. Those people trying to stop him from getting in office. It wasn't black people. Wasn't us. Sorry, it wasn't us.
Kamala Harris, Letitia James, who was the, in New York, Fannie Willis, down.
Yeah, that's that lady's name, Fannie Willis, down there in Georgia, the Gorilla Grip lady, the one that was having an affair. And for the record, Kamala Harris is not black. I don't know if y'all know, but Kamala Harris's mother is an Indian from India, and Kamala Harris's father is a Jamaican. Jamaicans don't consider themselves black. They consider themselves West Indian Jamaicans. In fact, if you call a Jamaican black, they have a problem with that. Just like if you call a Trinidadian black, they have a problem with that. They don't say I'm black. They say I'm Trinidadian. What's wrong with you? Get your facts right, Anton.
Down in Georgia, all of those are black women, specifically that met with Kamala Harris months before they actually started this campaign during the Biden administration. And it's so funny to me, because then I have to ask myself the question, well, listen, if this is a construct, and if it's all about white people, and all of the energy is going towards a person that black people fucked with before he actually ran for president of the United States of America, but we champion Barack Obama.
Not me.
No. Take yourself out of it. We talking about the culture. It may not necessarily be you individually, but we as a culture fuck with him.
Fuck with who?
Barack Obama and his wife. We fuck with him. As a culture, we champion him.
Yeah, as a culture, we did champion Barack Obama. Barack Obama was actually the first president that I voted for. But let me say this. Did we champion Barack Obama the same way after he made the rainbow a thing, after he made the rainbow popular, after he put forth the rainbow agenda that affects our children? And it's all in the public school system, the public education system. Ask yourself that question. Did the people rock with him? Did the people champion him the same way? After he did all of that rainbow stuff, after he basically did nothing for black people, he didn't do a single thing for black people. Did the culture support Barack Obama after his presidency? The answer would be no.
We absolutely do. And he didn't give y'all shit except for gay marriage.
You know I know that. That's why I ain't arguing with you on this point.
So absolutely I vote.
Are you independent? What do you?
I'm a Republican.
You didn't know that?
I'm a straight up, up and down Republican. And matter of fact, people need to really understand their history, because Republicans were the party of black people. It's the original party of black people. They were the party that actually freed the slaves. Lincoln was a straight up Republican. When you're talking about the emancipation, when you're talking about 1865, when you're talking about what we stood for as conservative means that we're Christians. It means that we don't fuck with that gay shit. I'm telling you what it stands for.
That's actually not what that means. That's actually not what that. You can be a conservative and not be Christian. You can actually be a conservative and be gay, believe it or not. In fact, to be honest and real with you, most of the founding fathers, or most of the people that had anything to do with the founding of the United States of America, they were atheists. They didn't believe in a God. They were not spiritual or religious people. Most of the founding fathers, or most of the people that had anything to do with the founding of the United States of America, they were not godly people, and they were not spiritual people. They were not religious people. They like to say, "Oh, we fled from Great Britain for because of religious persecution," and that's complete bullshit. Because it's written and it's historically proven that a lot of them were atheists. But I wonder why Anton never talks about that. I've heard a lot of Anton videos and content over the years on other people's channels. I've heard him, I've seen him have conversations on different panels, different shows across YouTube, but he never really talks about how the founders of America were not Christians. They were not believers of God. He never talks about that. Never brings that up. I wonder why.
You don't fuck with the backdoor shit?
I don't.
I don't either.
That's what it's saying. What it means to be a Republican is this, because a lot of people like to say,
because this is backdoor your Republicans.
And we were taught by our parents. We were taught by our parents. We were taught by our parents that we vote Democrat no matter what, right? Regardless of what they stand for, regardless of the agendas that they push, regardless of how much nonsense that we see in our communities, regardless of how many Democrats actually destroyed our cities from Chicago to Detroit, all across the board. We were taught to vote that no matter what. You vote Democrat no matter what.
I agree.
But this is the difference between the parties on a very fundamental level, not complicated at all.
Really? You finna say it's a difference between the parties?
This is the difference.
I can't wait to hear this.
No. You may say that it's the same type of public politicians that take advantage of the taxpayers and take advantage of the people. The difference in the parties historically is Republicans want less government so you can do what the fuck you want to do. And Democrats want more control, so they want to control what your money is, where your tax dollars go, and what you can do with your money.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this.
That's the fundamental difference.
I'm going to tell you this. And you don't have to believe me, but I'm just telling you.
I'm listening.
The people in charge are not Democrats or Republicans.
I understand
Kamala Harris is allowed to do whatever she's done.
We get that.
This new president, he's allowed to do whatever he is willing to do, or they allow him to do.
Facts.
Everything is allowed. There are people in charge of this nation that flat out run shit. And if ain't nobody got the power to uproot them, then we're going to keep having people paying a whole bunch of money for houses and a fire hydrant don't work in front of it, but they'll charge you for the fire hydrant in front of your house.
But we got a less than 20% voter turnout rate in the local elections.
Well, you understand voting don't work, right?
It does work.
How?
It does, but you just missed it.
I heard everything you said. I can't wait till you tell me how voting makes a difference in this country.
We have a less than 20% voter turnout rate in local.
Ain't nobody going for the sucker shit no more. We got to go.
You're missing it.
You got to uproot the people in power before a real difference happens. Voting is for suckers.
It's not. People that don't vote are ignorant as fuck.
Well,
see, here we go. People that don't vote are ignorant as fuck, in the words of Anton. Now, again, Anton is entitled to his own opinion, right? He can say whatever he wants to say because it's his mouth and those are the thoughts coming from his brain. I used to think the same thing that, you know, if you didn't vote, then you just don't deserve to have a say. But then I'm like, man, F that. If you work in America, if you pay taxes, if you go to the grocery store and you pay taxes on your food, if you go to a local business and you buy anything from that business and you paying the tax, or you paying, you know, you're an entrepreneur and you paying taxes, you can say whatever you want to say about this nation, regardless if you vote or not. If you contribute to this country, in my personal opinion, because I think that's some bullshit. You know, Anton likes to sit there and say that, he's on some old, you know, if you don't vote, you can't say anything. Nah. If you pay taxes in this motherfucker, if you go to war for America, if you contribute to doing something in this country every day, you can say whatever you want to say about this country. That's how I feel about it. And I don't blame people for not voting, because it is a lot of bullshit in politics in America. That's why, you know, I'm not going to argue about somebody about why they should vote or why they should not vote. The only thing I'm going to do is, me personally, I'm either going to vote or I'm going to not vote. Now, if people are confused, if they don't understand who the candidates are, what the candidates represent, you know, because I'm that person that you could come and talk to and you could ask questions, because this is what I do. I pay attention to boring shit. Because it's the boring shit is shit that I'm interested in. And I know most people don't have the attention span to sit around and read every article that comes across CNN or Fox News or MSNBC. But somebody like me, because I like to be in the know, because I am a content creator, I need to be on top of my game. So I make sure that I read and I educate myself and I try to inform people the best I can. So if somebody ever wanted to ask me who the best candidate is, I'm going to give them a perspective that maybe they can understand. That would hopefully give them an informed decision on who they want to vote for. So it's funny that Anton tries to sit here and say that Cory Holcomb has the same talking points that the Democrats have, but it sounds to me, I'm gonna be honest, it sounds to me like Anton has both not only the same talking points that the Democrats have, but he has the same talking points that the Republicans have. And it sounds like he's speaking from a script. Maybe he does think about, maybe the things that he is saying are things that he actually believes, but from what I'm hearing thus far, it sounds like a script to me. None of this sounds like original free thought to me. It sounds literally like somebody wrote a speech and he's reading a speech. This is what it sounds like to me. Even if he does believe these things on his own, it sounds like talking points, and it sounds like something that was pre-rehearsed to me.
I guess I'm ignorant because I would never participate in no
People
sucker
that
shit.
don't vote, and
I'm
it's
gonna
so
show
funny.
up and vote like a sucker.
And not only is it ignorant.
We had Republican presidents, we had Democratic presidents.
You're not even
we in
hearing
the
what I'm
same
saying.
joint.
I'm talking about locally. You talking about national.
I don't give a fuck if
It
this
ma-
And I will agree with Anton on this point. I do think that more Americans should focus on local elections. I do think that more Americans should pay attention to who's running for office in their own backyard. And I do think that more Americans should participate more in the local politics in your own backyard, because those are the politics that will affect you the most, because it's where you live. It's where you live. And the local politics is the easiest type of politics that you yourself can actually go to your local town hall meeting and actually speak to the people that are in power when it comes to your local politics. And in fact, if you really, really care that much, you can actually be one of the people that control the local politics by running for a local office. So I will agree with Anton. More America. I believe personally, the presidential election, that's something else. But I do believe more people should get involved with the local election.
Local,
it matters.
If you
It
vote,
absolutely matters.
that means you in line.
No, if you vote first, the first thing that it means is that you respect your ancestors that died for your right to be able to do it.
Your
That's what it first-
ancestors,
It's so funny to me.
didn't do it like this.
And I also want to say this, because that Anton, again, he's trying to get on Cory Holcomb for having Democratic talking points or saying things that Democrats say. But I can't tell you growing up, people used to tell me, and I'm from the South, I'm from the Bible Belt. Originally, I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. I can't tell you how many times people used to tell me, boy, you need to do this because your ancestors died for you to do. No, our ancestors died for us to have the choice, for us to have the right. Are there people that died for us to vote? Are there some of our black ancestors that died for us to vote? Absolutely. But all of them didn't. And to keep it real with you, when you do your studies about foundational Black American ancestors and history, a lot of our foundational Black ancestors were completely against the politics of America. Prime example, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was not a liked man when he was alive. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did not become a respected and a liked man until after he was assassinated. Ask me how I know, because I've spoke with plenty of older Black people who told me, who were there, who were alive and well, who were in their 20s, in their late teens at the time. And this is what we have to be very mindful of.
Because people went to war when the government tried to overthrow the people and the power of the people. It was wars. There hasn't been a war inside the U.S. where the people who getting fucked over are doing something about motherfuckers with 30 felonies being the president.
It's
war. All sucker shit
it's
going on.
It's a war every day. It's just not physical anymore.
Well, that's the problem.
It's
we
here.
need physical wars.
It's not.
Until motherfuckers ready to jump it off.
It's not.
We gonna always be talking. But see, real gladiators don't talk. Real gladiators make it happen. And the gladiators, I ain't gonna lie, we are under control right now. We haven't rose up and did what needs to be done.
Who are you under control by?
It ain't, you under control by the people who will motherfucking blow this motherfucker up. We ain't stupid.
Who is he? Because I want to know who.
Why do you think that ICE agent was able to shoot that woman?
I want to know who these. Hold on. Let's be real. Fuck that woman.
Well, that's what you would say to somebody you don't know or whatever.
No.
I'm on the streets. I've been pulled over by the police.
Who ain't on the streets?
Or the ICE
Detroit.
agents or whatever.
You in LA. I'm in.
Anton, you are not in the streets, sir. And again, as a content creator, as somebody that makes content on YouTube, as somebody that has been on multiple panels myself, as somebody who has watched other content creators review an Anton Daniels live stream or review an in real life Anton Daniels live stream, Anton, you are not in the streets, sir. Because this is the gaslighting that Anton does. Anton likes to make it seem like, he likes to try to create this image like he's just this ladies' man, right? Anton does like to put on a facade to make it to overcompensate for who he is. I've seen Anton do this over the years. You ain't in those streets. Somebody like me, I'm in these streets every single day because I literally have to go in these streets every single day. Just because you in Detroit, that don't mean you in the streets, sir. The whole city of Detroit ain't a ghetto. Every city got its nice side of town and its bad side of town. And you live on the good side of town. You live on the good side of town. Just like I live on the good side of town. But the difference is I don't got $1 million yet. So I'm still forced to get literally out in these streets and deal with real world people and conduct business every single day. You're not in these streets, Anton. Don't try it. You're not in these streets. Because I'm going to keep it 100. If I was to ever meet you, Anton, which I don't plan on going to no meetup. I don't plan on meeting you, Anton, but the world is a small place now. You never know. I might bump into you at an airport. You know, the world, the universe is a crazy place. I could take you to some places. I could take you to some hoods. I could take you to some streets that you wouldn't be able to go to without somebody like me there. I'm not a thug. I'm not a street guy. But I am known in places, just like you known in places, and you not known in those streets. This I know. And you don't get no cool like it, and I'm gonna just keep it 100 because it might be young people watching this stream. It's nothing cool about the streets. It's nothing cool about repping the streets. Ain't nothing cool about saying you a street nigga either. That you a chick in the streets. Ain't nothing cool about that. Ain't nothing cool with even saying I be in these streets.
Detroit. I'm in the blackest city in the United States of America. I can move anywhere I want to go. I choose to stay in the core of my city, and I choose to participate in my neighborhood. I choose to tithe to the streets. I choose to put kids through college. I choose to interact and truly use my tax dollars and whatever it is and give jobs. I employ over 50 people. I put my money in my community with my people. So I choose to engage. So when we talking about being in the streets, that don't count to me. I don't
Well,
hear
that's
that
what
shit.
should count.
I don't hear that
because
shit.
out there in the streets where the people live that you helping, they could get pulled over and shot by a cop, and an investigation will be said. But here's the truth: we know, if I believe you know this already, when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
Oh my God, this is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong? What I said?
This is so insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it. Like,
I'm gonna answer your question.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer your question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this: the majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time.
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to
You're
say
not
all
gonna
black people are
gaslight me.
stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not. I
don't
talk
think
about
you
white
got
people all the time.
Oh, well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me?
I
Because I
talk
don't
about
know.
liberal
I hear
white
you
women
talking about
literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single
Caucasian
day.
female, the biggest enemy.
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and joining in on the court.
No, I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
Yeah. And Cory said that real well, because there are, I will say this, right? And just for the record, I voted for Trump. For the record, I voted for Trump. I'm not no MAGA, none of these extremist groups, but I voted for Trump. And I have no problem saying that because it's the truth. And I try to be as transparent with what I can be. And I try to be honest. But since this MAGA movement, Trump in office, there are a lot of so-called black content creators that do tap dance. They do tap dance. They do tap dance for Zaddy. They do. They do. And they get frustrated because they feel like they don't get the support from black people, so-called black people, like they should. They get upset because people don't agree with them on certain political issues. They get upset at the fact that another person actually has a voice and their own mind to think for themselves. And so because they cannot control your thoughts and the way that you think, and they cannot control your mouth and what comes out of your mouth, they get upset about that. They get upset when like if you want to call me names because I voted for Trump, that's perfectly fine. That's cool. That's perfectly fine, but that's cool. But a lot of these black conservative content creators, they get way in their feelings about it. And they get so much in their feelings about it that it literally, when you watch their content, it literally seems like they themselves hate black people. It literally seems like they themselves are a coconut, meaning white on the inside, black on the outside. They themselves turn into the Dave Chappelle character on the Dave Chappelle episode where Dave Chappelle was a KKK member and he ended up hating himself because he found out he was black. But the whole time he was a KKK member, but then he started hating himself because he found out he was black. So yeah, what we seeing right now, I think Anton is definitely tap dancing. I've definitely seen Anton do a lot of tap dancing. Because I will agree with Cory Holcomb. It is easy to talk about stereotypes when it comes to black people. Because when it comes to power in America, black people really don't have any power. Because we have a small population. We have a small population. And not only that, our population isn't even allowed to thrive and grow. Meanwhile, other groups of people are allowed to come over here, thrive and grow, get all type of loans and grants. They're able to get all types of goodies from the government that black American citizens can't even get. And this is why the movement for reparations and foundational Black American, and this is why these political movements and this is why these discussions are important, because other groups of people come in this country all day long, year after year after year, and they get to take advantage of the things that our ancestors slaved for. And they're ungrateful for it. So yeah, I do agree with Cory Holcomb on this one. Anton Daniels does do a lot of tap dancing. That's just my personal opinion.
I don't have a boss.
We say that. We say that, but here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall of it?
I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you taking
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking loud, and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it. And that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of black people right now.
Oh.
You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah, let me tell you something, homie.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't suck dick.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So fix that.
You doing it right now.
I don't suck dick, homie.
You doing it right now.
Homie, believe.
So this is where it went bad, right here. See, now I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I was not planning on watching this show until tomorrow, which is now today, right? And like I said at the beginning of the stream, I am an avid watcher of the Cory Holcomb 5150 show. And I'm not gonna lie. Cory do be agitating motherfuckers, and he do be starting a lot of shit. So when I tuned into the show when it was live earlier, I'm gonna be honest. I thought Cory Holcomb said something that got Anton in his feelings, and then it turned into an argument. But now what I'm seeing is Anton was the one who disrespected Cory Holcomb by just saying what he said, saying that he sucks the D of black people. And this is where, this is what I be trying to tell y'all. These dudes like Anton swear they so perfect, swear they so Christian, swear they so godly, swear they know it all, swear they better than the next man, right? But then when you're having a conversation, because to keep it 100, see, Anton thought he was going to be able to walk on the Cory Holcomb show and smoke Cory Holcomb because Anton feels like he's more articulate and more intelligent than Cory Holcomb. He thought Cory Holcomb was going to be some type of easy pushover, that he was going to be able to easily defeat with talking points. But see, the thing what Cory Holcomb does every single week, Cory Holcomb don't come with no talking points. Pause, no diddy. Cory Holcomb don't do his show based around talking points. Cory Holcomb grabs the mic and he starts talking. Everything that Cory Holcomb does is off the top of the dome, which is why it makes having a conversation with Cory Holcomb very difficult when when you're trying to debate or when you're having a conversation with opposing views. Because Cory Holcomb is not some dude that is just rattling off talking points. Cory Holcomb is a dude that does this for a living. Kind of like me, how I just turn on the mic and I just say whatever I want to say. Nothing's rehearsed. Everything is coming to you in the spirit of the moment. Nothing is rehearsed. I'm seeing the content and I'm giving y'all my thoughts real time. Nothing rehearsed. Nothing real written down. We've been live now for 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I've just been watching the content and giving y'all my thoughts. Ain't no talking points with me. So I guess this is where it all starts to go downhill. Let's go.
believe me when I tell you. I don't
Believe me
do
when I
that.
tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
energy
switch
you give me.
Let's
Let's
switch
switch
seats.
No.
Let's switch
I'm with
seats.
it. I'm with it.
Homie, I don't
We can
do
talk right in front of each
I
other.
don't do no dick
Hey,
sucking
hold
shit.
on.
I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I
homie.
don't give a fuck about none
Well,
of that
I
shit
tell you
right
what.
now.
Watch that dick sucking shit, cause that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking,
You say a
homie.
lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You think I
Okay,
give a fuck about what you
that
talking about,
gay
nigga?
shit. Oh, you
I don't
go.
give a fuck about what you talking
Hey,
about.
homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put
You
no
switching
dick
seats
sucking
don't mean
shit.
to me.
Don't put no
I'm from
dick sucking
Detroit,
shit on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit
Say
right
I
now.
suck a dick again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm a
Say it again. Say it again, Anton. Say it again. Say it again and see what happens. Say it again.
respect you.
Dance around it.
Hey, that's what my mama used to say after she used to give me a whooping. You know what I'm saying? Remember when you was a kid and you used to get a whooping and you know your mama tore that ass up and you know what I'm saying, you be all crying and sniffling and you talking under your breath. My mama used to say that again. Say it again. See what happens. Say it again. Say it again, Anton. Say it again.
Dance around it.
No.
I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But
We
you're not
good.
bossing up on me.
Yo,
We good. I did already. I don't do
Nigga,
dick
we can put
sucking
the
shit.
microphone right down,
Yo.
right now, and go on her back. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
got a
You
question
running your
for
mouth.
Anton.
I don't do
You
no
doing
dick
this shit for
sucking
the
shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want
I'll
to say
show
Anton,
you I ain't doing it for the internet.
If you
I'm
want to
saying,
say Anton,
I'm
listen,
saying,
don't
I'ma let
disrespect
you
me like
finish.
that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that, I'll respect you. But don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me.
Yeah, Anton, but he didn't tell you to suck a D though. Yeah, Anton, he might have said a lot of shit, a lot of stuff that you don't agree with, but he didn't tell you that he didn't tell you to suck a D though. He didn't make any reference or any example of you sucking a D though. You did. So if you really wanted to stand on business, you should have kept that same energy and you should have said it again. You should have told him that he's sucking the D of black people again. You should have said it again. If you really wanted to test your gangster since you be in the streets like you said. Because a real man is going to stand on how he feel. But Anton, you ain't standing on business right now. You trying to cop please. You in the crosshairs of the beast right now, copping please. Talking about you'll respect him. Because you know Cory was getting to slap fire out you, man. Cory was getting ready to slap fire out you, man. Let's go.
You don't know me. So I'm going to extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how
Would
it
I call this nigga out his name?
Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get disrespected.
I got a question for bro.
Okay.
Now, okay, we've been live for an hour and 24 minutes. I don't think I heard Cory Holcomb call Anton out of his name. I don't think so. I don't think I've heard Cory Holcomb call Anton a Uncle Tom, a Sambo, a Poindexter ass nigga. Like, I don't think that I've heard Cory Holcomb insult Anton this whole time. The only thing that I've been seeing is Cory Holcomb rebuttaling back to any and everything that Anton is saying. Let me fix my camera, y'all. Okay, my bad, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on with the camera and all that. Man, I probably need to tighten some stuff up on the tripod, y'all. But yeah, I don't think I heard Cory insult Anton this whole time.
No, hold on 1 second. Hold on, we just getting loud. I ain't gonna get loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No, this
because
my
I take
show.
That's
This
cool.
my show.
That's cool, but I take that shit as a threat.
Okay, well, it is a threat.
I mean, Anton, you shouldn't have said what you said though. See, you told Cory that he sucked the D of black people. That's what you said, Anton. Now you so you think that it's cool to tell a man to reference a straight heterosexual man. You think that it's cool to tell him to suck a D. You think that it's cool to say to him that he sucks the D of black people. You think that it's cool for you to say that to him and expect him not to get upset, frustrated, for him to get up in your face and check you and let you know that shit wasn't cool? That wasn't no manly shit. You think it's okay for you to say to him what you said, but it's not okay for him to get upset and for him to get up in your face and check you. It's not okay for him to do that. But it's okay for you, Anton Daniels, to do what you do because you got money, right? Because you think that nobody won't touch you, right? Because if somebody do touch you, right, you're going to put a lawsuit on them, right? Is that you think this is a game? You think these streets is a game since you be all in these streets? Because it don't look like Cory Holcomb playing any games right now to me. But you be all up in these streets, right? Because it looked to me like the streets is looking at you right dead in your face, homie. It don't look like you be in those streets to me. But let's go.
If you calling me dick sucking, I don't dick suck, my nigga.
Man, fuck what you talking about.
I don't
bro.
dick suck.
If you want to get back to the conversation, because you ain't gonna do shit. Because you're not gonna do shit.
Come at me with that dick sucking shit again, nigga.
Shit. You're not gonna
come at me with. Say I suck dick again, nigga.
We can go out back right now.
Fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
So Anton is gonna sit here and say that Cory Holcomb is just doing this for the internet, right? Well, Anton, what do you call this? What do you call this? What do you call this, Anton?
Not gonna
come at me with. Say I suck dick again, nigga.
We can go out back right now.
Fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
Okay, so you wasn't being performative for the internet too? You wasn't being performative for the internet too? And for the record, I'm gonna just keep it real, Anton. Okay, you get your money, you got the bag chasers and all that. Damn, I don't know what's going on with my damn. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this. My bad, y'all. We got to fix this on the fly. Damn, screw coming loose on the damn. Tripod. All right, y'all. Sorry for being ghetto. Sorry for being ghetto. I don't know. Things been working. Like I said, man, sometimes you have malfunctions, man. But anyway, we gonna wrap this up soon anyway. trying to make sure everything right. But anyway, I'll just keep adjusting it anyway. Sorry, y'all. But anyway, let's go.
I got money for all this, whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
Hey,
it's just
Oh yeah, like what I was gonna say is I think Cory Holcomb would have whipped your ass, Antoine. I'm just keeping it real. I don't know if you got hands or not, Anton, but I think Cory Holcomb would have whipped your ass. I'm just keeping it real though. Just keeping it real.
I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling. Golly, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now, because we got to go out back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying that dick sucking shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like
If you want to get back to the conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not listening to none of that shit, bro.
Here, nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get back to the conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
Long as you know.
Bro, you not
Because that ain't
not that tough.
And we have a brief intermission. They gonna come back, but they had to take a brief intermission to get things together, yo. But this is basically, you know, where it start getting spicy and all that, you know. Anton thought he was gonna be able to talk to Cory any kind of way.
Everything straight. Ain't nobody saying I'm sucking dick no more. Everything straight.
for sure. I got a question for bro though.
And I'm gonna respect him on that.
Yes, sir.
He said what he said, so I'm gonna respect him on that.
Yes, sir. So question, given that black people are on the Democratic plantation, what do you say about the use of Christianity to make slaves out of black people?
In what, today's time or historically?
No, sir. Historically.
Yeah, absolutely. It was used in a negative way, but anything can be used in a positive or negative way. You can weaponize literally anything. Corporate America, for example. You can use the internet in order to push out propaganda, or you can use it to communicate effectively with the people. You can use money to manipulate people, or you can use it to help people. And so you can't just say that Christianity itself is used. The Quran is used in a negative way in order to control people.
Absolutely.
So it depends on the person, and that's why we evaluate the person based off of their fruits instead of evaluating them based off of Christianity itself. Because
Right.
everybody that calls himself a Christian is not a Christian.
100%. So I agree that the teachings of Jesus are pure. However, in the hands of Caucasian white males,
That's not true, because I know some good Caucasian
the teachings
white men.
of Jesus,
And I know
they
some
kept
bad
slavery.
Caucasian white men.
Okay,
Okay,
right,
so
correct.
look, check this
So that's
out.
the
This
main
what I-
point.
listen,
Let's keep
listen.
everything respectful.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. The reason I don't have a lot of people up here at the show is because I know a lot of people aren't initiated when it comes to talking to men of a certain mind state. And I don't believe you knew what you was doing when you said something about dick sucking, brother. I can
apologize.
Okay. Hey, bro, I appreciate that.
I apologize.
I appreciate that, because this ain't no show. The last thing I want to do is get into it with you physically, but I have a switch.
And see, that was the smartest thing that you could have done, man. And see, here's what I'm gonna say, man. There's nothing wrong with apologizing when you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with apologizing when you're wrong, but when you apologize and you keep trying to be an agitator, that's a problem. And this is what we're gonna see, is we're gonna see Anton keep continuing to try to agitate Cory, because Anton feels like he can talk to anybody the way that he wants to. And you cannot talk to any and everybody the way that you want to. It doesn't matter how many millions that you got in the bank, because you still get your ass whooped at the end of the day. Especially for a dude that claims that he be in these streets. Don't matter how many millions that you got in the bank, because you still get your ass whooped at the end of the day. That's just how it is. That's the way the world works. I don't like you. You talking spicy to me. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to whoop your ass. That's the way that the world works. This is why you got to respect people, and you have to check yourself at the door, especially when you're going in somebody else's house. Let's go.
Well,
I do too. And I'm a man, just like
I
you.
respect your switch. I respect your switch.
you too.
Okay, good. I'm glad,
We
brother.
good.
It ain't no fake shit right here.
Absolutely, I'm with it.
We straight. I respect your switch, brother. And I'm saying, like, a lot of people don't know the way I was brought up. You can't step to men like that. So I'm not checking you. I'm just trying to let you know
we good.
That when we talk to each other a certain way, like if dick sucking is brought up, that's just like motherfucking pissing on my shoes. So I'm saying like, I could get back straight. When I shook your hand, it wasn't phony.
Listen, I get into it with my homies. I get into it with my brothers. I don't have no sisters. I got three brothers, and we scrap it out. I scrap with my nephews. It is what it is. And then we shake hands and we keep it moving once we have a disagreement and we get it out of our system. So if we good, then we good.
I'm good.
I'm with it. Let's get to the conversation.
That's why I tried to explain myself right there, because I'm like, this man probably don't even know that my mind is set up, Anton. My mind is set up when people do things like I call it backdooria on my show. Mm-hmm. When people throw that at you, it's a set off. And I'm saying like, I ain't trying to get set off. I think I'm a lot more than somebody with name calling to get at me. But I'm saying like,
but see, I don't believe you, Cory. I don't believe you, bro.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I don't believe you. Because you do the same shit that you feel offended by.
Really?
You do, absolutely.
Give me an example.
You just did it. You said a lot of shit to me that I don't necessarily care about.
I ain't said nothing about dick sucking.
You pick and choose what's disrespectful because you applying it to you. It's other people out there that don't take that shit.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that. So listen to me, Anton.
But hold on. Let me say this last part.
Land.
But I get it because you don't know me and I don't know you. So you don't know what I look at as disrespectful. And so as a result, I just let that shit ride. The only thing that ever triggers me is it, and this is why I like to do shows in person. I told you before the show, I said I don't do no more live streams with people that I don't know. Did I not say that? Because I want to see and look in their eyes and see what's really happening, right? And the reason that is because the only thing that set me off is if somebody make it seem like they ready to do something. Then I'm like, okay, well, it's all hands up. Fuck the conversation.
Well, how about this? People may be ready to do something for whatever reason. They want to be ready to do something. But what I'm saying to you is, you know, in this world, they are trying to normalize men in dresses. They trying to normalize a woman wearing a thong in front of a church gathering or whatever.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I could handle whatever is happening out there, but I'm saying like, I'm still standing on this. I'm standing on this. If a man walking up to me with some homosexual talk, like I could take, I said this before, I could take a meeting at a brother like Tyler Perry's house because I know what's gonna happen if it go bad. The house gonna get tore up. I ain't saying that to act like I'm tough. I'm just saying,
I feel you.
There's certain things that we as men cannot say to each other without clashing. And it is my opinion with niggas that I know and where I'm from, if I say to one of my homies, man, suck a dick, everybody will get quiet that we know. And they'll be like, what is that? What is that? Because it's like, that's their homosexual talk. So what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? If it's one way to get a brother like me, I know brothers who are preachers that would put their religion down for that right there. That's all I'm saying, black man. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. That's where you at. So I'm gonna respect that.
Thank you, brother.
It's simple as that.
I don't want no drama.
It's simple as that.
I swear I don't want no drama.
And see, the conversation going cool right now. You know what I'm saying? The conversation is going cool right now. They kind of getting their groove back. They're kind of getting their rhythm back, you know. Conversation flowing. Cory talking, Anton talking. But I ain't gonna front y'all. It's gonna get bad again. It is gonna get bad again. Let's keep watching. It's gonna get bad again.
Man, my life is good.
Mine's is too.
I believe you. My life is good.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't want you to come up here for that. It's just the simple misunderstandings that we as men can have. I think older black men like us need to make sure There are boundaries that simply can't be crossed when men are talking. And if you tell me a boundary, Anton, if you tell me a boundary, I promise you, I'm going to do my best not to cross that boundary.
I'm not.
When I'm talking to Willie D don't like when you call him nigga. And I go out my way not to call Willie D nigga because I look at him as a man.
I kick it with Willie too. For me though, I don't give a fuck about the talking. I don't have no boundaries. I don't care if a nigga say something about me. It is what niggas say shit like that all the time. Like that's just the.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Anton. Everybody ain't like you. Every ninja ain't like you. Ninjas got boundaries. I got boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't know you, like it's a certain distance that you got to stay away from me. If I don't know you, you can't be talking to me like you know me. If even if you a black man and, you know, I'm just now meeting you, I don't like, it's going to rub me the wrong way if you start calling me a ninja because I don't know you. So ninjas got, so you might not have boundaries, Anton. But ninjas got boundaries. Dudes have boundaries. Most dudes have boundaries. And most of the dudes that have boundaries, they similar to the boundaries I got. That's just normal man shit. So just because you don't have boundaries, it don't mean that everybody else don't have boundaries. And it don't mean that just because you don't have boundaries that you could treat people like they don't have boundaries. Because again, you get your ass whooped.
That's the environment that we live in. I only care about my real life.
Can I ask you a question? You just said men talk disrespectfully to you in your face all the time.
No.
See, this is nothing.
You did not hear what I said.
I said
they do that shit all the time. You see it in the chat. You see it in the comments. All of that shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about that shit, right?
That's right, because that's for the internet.
Right. So when people say stuff, I don't take it personal because it's not a thing to me. It's just talk. The only thing I care about is what happened in real life. When I cut that shit off in real life, my life is great.
Right. Let me tell you something.
So my point is that I don't take nothing personal unless it get personal, unless it gets physical. That's the only thing I'm up on. Anything else I can walk away from. I don't give a fuck about that. My life, I could walk away and I'm probably gonna never see that person again.
I understand. So this is why the chat, I allow them, and in fact, I encourage them to be themselves in the chat because this is a computer screen. But one thing I will say this is to the youngsters especially, because they the ones who really don't know. I'm talking about 35 and under. When you in a man's face, you have to watch how you talk to them because face to face is a lot different than the computer.
I agree. And that's why even myself as a content creator, right? Because I am, you know, the funny thing is, as much of a homebody as I am nowadays, I'm still outside a large percentage of my day, a large percentage of the week, a large percentage of the month, a large percentage of the year. I'm still outside like a mother trucker, right? So, and like I said earlier, the universe has a funny way of bringing people together, and the world is a much smaller place now that technology exists. You know, now that you could literally just DM somebody, you know what I'm saying? You could even call somebody through a DM. So for me, I try to keep it thorough, and I try to keep it even somewhat honorable with even the commentary that I give about certain things, because I don't know these people personally, right? So I don't want to make it seem like I'm just speaking on something with just a vendetta, and I'm just emotionally speaking on something out of anger, out of spite, out of envy. So even this live stream I'm doing, if I ever met Anton in real life, you know, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yo, you a sucker for how you was acting on the Cory Holcomb show. I chop it up with him, I have a conversation. That don't mean we gonna be best friends, but I understand how to be civil. Same thing with Cory Holcomb. You see what I'm saying? I don't agree with a lot of stuff that Cory Holcomb says. But at the same time, it's not going, I wouldn't be like, yo, I think I think it's crazy how you know, he's his own man. I know how to be respectful, chop it up, and have a conversation and keep it moving. You know, and also, I don't even be looking at these people like they celebrities. Even the big celebrities, Will Smith, Denzel Washington, like, I don't even worship these people. These people are normal, regular people that got a lot of money. So it doesn't, to me, unless you put me on something, I'm not really impressed with people like that anyway. I don't praise people. I don't worship people like that. That's just not me. And that's never really been me, because I understand how human beings are. You see what I'm saying? And plus I like myself. I love myself. So I'm not in the business of just pouring into somebody just because they're a celebrity or because they got a big YouTube platform or big following. Because I don't give a shit. Unless you really helping me out with something personally, you put me on, you investing in my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just a normal person with a lot of money to me. That's all you are to me. Too bad a lot more people can't be like me.
On the computer, I got motherfuckers
Let me ask you a question.
This motherfucker saying all kind of shit about me on the computer.
Let me ask you a question.
But if they in my face saying that to me,
let me ask you a question.
It can go.
Oh yeah, but I said all that to say that you can always run into somebody, especially if you in these YouTube streets and you a content creator, you've been talking greasy about somebody. So people can pull up on you. You see what I'm saying? So I'm always mindful of what I say. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
So bad.
What?
I'm not saying I'm not acting tough.
Hold on.
I'm not acting tough.
I'm asking you a real question. Why do you get triggered if somebody says that to you? Like, what is it in you that gets bothered by a switch?
Okay, so listen to me. Manhood is all we got left. You really got to understand this. Just give me a second to land on this.
I'm with you. I'm listening.
If we don't have our manhood, we ain't got nothing. So when a man walk up to you and say something flirtatious to you, when a man walk up to you and say something where he's challenging your manhood and things like that, trust me, I don't care how savage it may seem. When you dealing with a man, you can set a man off if you in his face and you saying things that are not. I'm not talking about somebody just saying anything. I'm talking about there are certain things, like I can't walk up to a man walking down the street with his wife, Anton, and say, man, your bitch thick. I'll be like, wait a minute. Of course, by me being older, the last thing I want is drama in the streets. But what I'm saying is, you can't disrespect men face to face. You can do it online because it's easy to do it online.
Nope. See, that's where we disagree.
Okay, I want to hear this.
That's where we disagree, because you got to keep the same energy across the board. You can't pick and choose when you can disrespect somebody and when you can't disrespect somebody, and then pick and choose when you're going to react to somebody disrespecting you. You wrong, bro. You wrong as two left shoes.
I do agree with Anton. You know, I do think that you gotta keep the same energy. Like, if you talking greasy online about somebody, you know, and you run into them in person, you should keep that same energy. And I'm not saying that keeping that same energy means y'all gotta fight or throw hands, but don't be afraid when the person you was talking shit about got something to say to you to your face, and ain't scared to actually have a conversation with you to your face and let it be known that they heard what you said to your face. So I do agree with Anton that if you say something online and then you see the person you said something about in real life, you should keep that same energy until y'all can change that energy.
You're wrong, bro. I fuck with you. I fuck with you because you are one of the most disrespectful, and stand on that shit.
And see, the thing with Cory Holcomb too, I get why Cory Holcomb says what he says, because you got to understand, Cory Holcomb is a comedian. So his job is literally to crack jokes on you. And the funny thing about Cory is that sometimes he cracked the type of jokes on you that it seems like it's personal, but then he'll come back the next week and be like, you know, I ran into Stephen A. Smith in the airport and we was all good. We chopped it up, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the kind of person that Cory is. Cory talks shit for a living. So that's why he feel like you can talk shit online and, you know, and have a different type of energy in person.
But I want to understand what you're saying, Anton. You missed me when you say you can't disrespect people. With what? Make sure you explain that to me.
You got to keep the same energy across the board, bro.
I don't understand.
You can't say I'm going to disrespect you online, but then you can't do nothing in person.
Well, trust me.
That's not, no, you can't do that.
I'm not saying what you're wrong about, but listen, talking to somebody in person is different than talking to somebody online. And if I'm so disrespectful, what do I do to be disrespectful online? Because you said I'm disrespectful online.
You just
I would like to know.
You said out of your own mouth that you will be disrespectful online. It ain't even, yes, you did. You just said that.
Disrespectful online?
You said you can disrespect. It's different if you disrespect somebody online versus doing it in real life.
No, I didn't say what I would do.
How is it different?
I said if somebody in the chat room is saying something disrespectful about me, I don't hold that against them because they're
What
typing.
about when you talking about real people?
What do you mean?
If you comment on somebody and you give your opinion on real people.
I don't want to go back and forth. I'm trying to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Do you hear me when I say
what you're saying?
Whatever I say online, giving an opinion of something is different than if I am.
I said disrespectful. How can you determine whether or not somebody feels disrespected?
Well, feelings is one thing, man.
You felt some type of way?
Yeah, because ain't nobody finna stand in front of my face and talk to me like they on my level when it comes to homosexuality. Like that'll start a war. That'll start a war.
We can agree to disagree. I think you're wrong, bro. I personally, I'm telling you directly, you're hypocritical.
Okay, well, you can say that. I don't think I'm gonna win that argument with you now. But what I am saying to you, Anton,
and here's the thing, right? And see, here's the funny thing about Cory, man. When you say something that's right, Cory will acknowledge it. Cory will he won't shy away from it, and he won't back down. And I think that's hilarious because Cory is a hypocritical person, man. Cory is the type of person that be beefing with somebody on 1 week of his episode, right? Cory literally would be like, man, they ain't gonna get that bitch ass nigga no shine, blah, blah, blah. Then literally the next week, he be saying that person's name that he was beefing with on his show. Cory say all the time he ain't gonna be saying no names on his show. Then the next week, he literally on his next show, he be saying the names of people he be having confrontations with, man. Cory is a hypocritical person. That's why he ain't giving Anton no pushback. And I think that's hilarious. Let's go.
Is when you are talking to men face to face, trust me when I tell you this, man, it's different than online. Face to face.
I'm the same person in real life as I am online. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Right? Anybody, listen, I go city to city. I'm not an online nigga, bro. Like, I create content online, but I really am out in every single city. I done visited almost every single state. I have real meetups in real life. I shake hands. I kick it with people in real life, and I go out there and kick it with the people. I'm not different online than I am in real life. People may think that because they may have never met me in real life, but I keep the same energy. I reciprocate. Or I'm willing to walk away unless it goes up. If it's gonna go up, then it's just gonna go up and we just gonna figure it out from there. But the fact of the matter is, I don't switch up.
See, I'm not
gonna talk about you online. Hold on. I'm not gonna talk about you online. And then when I see you in real life, I'm gonna be like, man, you know I'm just playing. I'm not that type of nigga.
Yeah, but
either I fuck with you or I don't.
But see, that's just one scenario, Anton. What I'm saying to you is this. This is what I'm saying to you. I ain't saying it to offset what you just said. I'm trying to talk to you now.
And I'm not a tough guy either.
I'm not either.
I'm not a tough guy.
I'm not a tough guy. I don't even want to perpetrate like
But see, here's the thing, Anton. You should have been very clear about that earlier before you told Cory that he sucks the D of black people, and before you also said that you be in these streets. You should have clarified that you wasn't a tough guy before you started trying to act like a tough guy, and you started talking like you was a tough guy. So you're a little bit late with the clarification, homie. A little bit late with that. You already in the game now, man. You already in the battle now, man.
Like I'm a tough guy. But what I'm saying is, when men stand between each other, there is energy that is being transferred. And trust me, when men disrespect each other face to face, motherfuckers can die.
I agree.
That's why when I'm talking to a man, especially face to face, I try to make sure I don't go over the line. And if I ever go over the line, I can apologize.
Is what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying and I agree with you.
Right.
Why is it only face to face? That's where we disagree at.
Well, anything I said, I will say in the face of a man that I said it about.
All right, well, that's
because I don't go there to try to. I don't have to shock jock, even though that's something that people say easily. Oh, he's shock jocking. No. Anything I've said about anybody, I will say right to them if they standing in front of me. And I would like for somebody to research the internet on things I've said and show me that I wouldn't say something to somebody if they were standing there. The only thing I said I wouldn't say to somebody if they were standing there, because I saw Charles Barkley in the airport one day. And I realized how big he was when I saw him in the airport. Now, I've said things about Charles Barkley. If he was standing in front of me and he said, say that shit now, I'll be like, we black, man. Come on, let's calm down. I ain't gonna lie. That's the only one.
You know what the problem with this show today is? We got to do a part 2. Because we ain't talked about none of the shit that we supposed to talk about.
That's why, because we can't say dick sucking in front of each other, brother.
Well, I know that now, right? I get it.
And I appreciate you for giving me that, because that shit, I forget I'm still Cory, because I don't live a life of getting into it with people. I really don't.
No, Cory, you pick on people that you think ain't gonna respond to you.
Now, give me an example.
Cory, you pick your targets based off of what you think they ain't gonna do. And that's why you feel comfortable saying some of the wild shit that you say online.
But I asked you this, and I'm gonna ask you again.
I'm not gonna say
give
no
me
names.
an example.
No, I'm not gonna say no names.
You can't give an example.
No, I can.
Will you please give me an
because I don't want to implement nobody into this that that'll be bad. That's not a good thing.
Well, do you understand by you saying that?
I like to speak from
by
my
you
own
saying
perspective.
that, it sounds like babble.
But you know it's not babble. It's real, and you know it's real. That's why you laughing.
I'm laughing at you because you didn't. I had to ask you twice so far.
You pick your
said
targets
I pick on people
carefully,
and I said, give me an example.
You pick your targets carefully, very carefully.
So you can't give me an example?
Because
that's the third time.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
You tiptoed around Dave Chappelle.
You talking about the last time I said something about him?
You tiptoed around Dave.
I'll give you that.
You tiptoed like a ballerina.
But now I'm gonna give you that.
No.
But what did I tiptoe about?
You would not have did that shit on a regular motherfucker. You know that Dave Chappelle's last Netflix special was not it.
Okay. All right. See, here's the thing, right? This is actually, despite my critiques of Anton, the flow of the conversation for the last few minutes has been decent. It's been a decent flow. And listen, again, as an avid watcher of the Cory Holcomb 5150 show, Cory definitely picks people that he know really ain't gonna say nothing back. Like Cory, I will agree with Anton. Cory does precisely pick who he knows is not gonna respond. Like Cory has made hella jokes about Will Smith. He knows Will Smith ain't gonna respond. Cory Holcomb has made hella jokes about Shannon Sharp. And even though Shannon Sharp does address people, he knows that Shannon Sharp is not really going to respond like that. Cory Holcomb has made hella jokes about Stephen A. Smith. And he's even said that he's ran into Stephen A. Smith at the airport a few times. But he knows that Stephen A. Smith is not going to go on his show and say something back about what Cory Holcomb said on his show. So Cory Holcomb is definitely precise with who he picks to give criticism and who he picks to crack jokes on. So I will agree with Anton, because when you write, you write. Despite my critiques, when you write, you write.
And I tiptoed around it.
And you tiptoed around it because
did.
you didn't want.
I did.
You didn't want the smoke.
I did.
Overall.
And I will also say, because I did watch the recent Dave Chappelle special, I will say that it had its moments, it had its funny points, but I think, in my personal opinion, this probably may have been the least funny of his recent specials in the past maybe 5 or 6 years. I'll say that. I think this special is not bad. And again, it has its moments, but it is not his best special by far. By far. So I could understand Cory trying to tiptoe around it, because as a fellow comedian, even if you don't really like that comedian, you don't, it's kind of like a respect thing. You see what I'm saying? It's a respect thing. You can give your opinions, but don't shit on it, because it's a respect thing.
And so you pick and choose your targets carefully.
You see, I didn't want the smoke.
No, because you didn't want the you didn't want the backlash.
Okay, but look, let me say this because you brought it up. I did tiptoe around how I really feel with the last special, because I'm not gonna lie. It's everything that I said the time before when I spoke about it. Hot trash, no jokes. In the future, when people watch it, that don't know him like we know him now in this culture, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? I'll give you that. I did tiptoe around his special. And you know what?
I
can live with that. I can live with that. But what else? I ain't trying to think of nothing else. But I'm saying, I think that was kind of, you found a way to bring that nigga into it.
I love you, Darlene. I love Craig. But they will not call you out on your bullshit and challenge you.
Now you trying to turn?
No. You asked me for the feedback. I didn't volunteer it.
Now, this is where I think Anton, I don't think he should have said anything about Craig or Darlene, because I will say this, right? As an avid watcher of the 5150 show, I have personally seen Darlene give Cory Holcomb pushback. In fact, I've seen Darlene give Cory Holcomb pushback to the point that there have been shows where they have gotten in back and forth arguments, and the next show, Darlene didn't even show up. I've seen them get in arguments on the show, early in the show, and then Darlene don't really talk. And if she does, she's literally pushing back on everything that Cory says. I've literally seen Craig Fax give Cory pushback in his own way. But Cory Holcomb is the host of the show, and it is his show. So you do have to be mindful that, as a side piece or a co-host, you do have to be mindful that you gotta respect the host of the show, and the host of the show can say whatever they want because it's their show, even if you disagree with what the host of the show was saying. But I have seen Darlene and I have seen Craig Fax both give Cory pushback plenty of times. plenty of times.
Forced me. I said, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Then you said, okay, well, Anton, go ahead and keep on naming names and let's get to it. Okay, well, let's get to it then, if that's what you want to do.
Well, how about this? Let me, can I respond
Because
to that?
Darlene is real chill, and she not gonna cause no friction, and Craig is happy to be here.
Okay, so can I say something about that?
But see,
I don't cut me off.
I don't give a fuck because I'm rich too, so I'm cool. I got my own movement. I got my own motion, so I can tell you the truth. And I think that you also surround yourself with people that will not challenge you because you big dog to them.
Okay.
I could easily say the same about Anton. Because there have been people in these YouTube spaces who have been cool with Anton. And when challenged, he doesn't return phone calls. He doesn't want to chop it up with them anymore. I mean, these are things that I've heard people say that have done business with Anton. So I could easily say the same about Anton because there's literally content creators on YouTube who have said the same thing about Anton that Anton is saying about Cory Holcomb, how Cory Holcomb only surrounds himself by yes men. I could easily say that same thing about Anton Daniels because there are literally people with YouTube channels that do podcasts, live streams that have literally said that when they've disagreed or when they fell out with Anton because they have a difference in opinion, that Anton stopped fucking with them. Anton stopped answering the calls. Anton stopped returning calls. Anton just basically ghosted them. So I could easily say the same for Anton.
You big bro.
Okay, so let me say this since you brought up Darlene and Craig. Let me say this. You don't know our relationship. But
I know what I
can't. I'm doing more teaching. I'm doing more teaching on some real street level shit than I thought I would have had to do. But listen to me, Anton. You don't know me and her relationship.
I'm listening.
Maybe
I'll
the reason you don't get the results you want from her is because there's a certain level of respect that comes from me and her relationship. That's what I'm saying. You don't know, brother. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about you
speaking on her.
I'm not talking about you talking about her. I'm talking about when there's certain subjects that come up on your show.
We done argued on the air a million times.
Man, come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
Corey, sometimes you be on bullshit. Nobody call you out on it.
Now I'm trying to teach you, but I don't think you catching it.
Okay, I'm observe.
You don't know my relationship with this woman. You don't know. So when you see it online and speak on what you see online, you can't really speak from factual things that are happening in the world, Anton.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So, and with Craig, I don't know why motherfuckers say Craig don't have a backbone around me. Cause one thing I say that Craig beat most motherfuckers' ass I know. I see motherfuckers don't be fighting Craig. I see motherfuckers don't run up on him with that bullshit quick. The motherfuckers who I seen ran up on Craig way bigger than Craig. So the obvious needs to be said because I believe that there's a lot of people who don't know the obvious, and I can't teach you that in an episode. But I'm saying, like, if you ever see me around any woman, Anton, if you see me around any woman, trust me, dues been paid, homie. And I can't say it no other way better than that. Dues been paid. That might not be something you will catch. I'm saying this for the streets. Dues been paid, homie. Trust me, man. Trust me. I don't be around just anybody. I can't let any type of woman just come with me and be connected to me in no way. I don't like that. If you around me, it's a reason you around me. And I'm saying, like, I don't know if I could graduate you to that next level of the conversation. And it ain't no disrespect to you. But I'm saying, like, you see somebody around me, oh, I ain't just got anybody around me. Dues been paid, homie. That's what I'm saying. And I ain't saying that tough either. I'm just trying to say it in a way where I hope you can understand. Yeah.
Okay.
So anybody around me, dues been paid. I don't let anybody around me. If you around me and dues ain't been paid, I'm trying to get away from you because I don't know you. And ain't no dues been paid, so I don't know you. I don't know you.
And we spoke right
Got
before
a
the show.
question for Anton. Anton.
What happened?
No,
got a
no, I'm
question
not
for
talking
Anton.
about.
No, I understand.
You
I
get
did.
me?
I got
Okay.
that.
All right.
I got that. But in my case too, whenever I choose to speak up or challenge him on anything or tell him, look, I don't agree with that or what have you, I won't keep delving into it because I don't see the point, because I know at a certain point with men like you at your age, there's not going to be any change. So why? I don't even bother with it. I just, I might say, I don't like that. I don't agree with that. And then if they want to continue, I'm not for it.
I'm with you.
That's it. I just don't like, I don't do that. I got way more important fish to fry in that. And I thought, I'm not going to change this man's mind on stuff, so I just don't even bother. That's it.
But another thing about the ladies, since we talking about this, see, whenever I see a woman with a man, most of the time, if it ain't your wife, I already say to myself, what is this fuck shit? Why is this motherfucker in the streets with you? That's how I feel about life.
And see, like, this is the Cory is speaking subliminal. He's speaking subliminally to Anton. So just keep listening. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking subliminally about Anton to Anton. Just keep listening.
Life. So I'm saying, like, that might be a prejudice that I have. I can admit, if a woman is in the streets with a man, fuck is this?
Why? Why do you care about that? Why is that meaningful to you?
No, it's not that I care at all, because it's not my business. But I'm saying, like, if a man stepped to me with a woman and it ain't his wife, all I do is say to myself,
You mean like checking you?
not checking me, brother. I'm saying, like, if a man has a woman with him,
Okay.
and you know what I'm saying, it's not his wife, I don't know what the fuck that is, and I don't want nothing to do with it. That's all across the board as I've gotten older and wiser. Like, if a man got a woman with him and he say, hey, hold on, man, how you doing? This is my lady, so-and-so, so-and-so. It makes me say, okay, this is his lady. That's what that is. But I'm saying, like, if a man is in the streets with a woman, sitting next to a woman, and all like this, whatever, and this bitch ain't been explained, I'm like, hold on, what the fuck is this sucker shit? Especially if it's imposed in any way. That's what I'm saying, G. And I know you know what I'm talking about, because you ain't finna act like you ain't smart. You smart than a motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if somebody,
Wow.
if somebody introduces you, if somebody took the time,
I don't
to
know what he's
actually-
talking about.
If somebody actually walks in and takes the time to introduce you to somebody, that's being imposed on. I'm like, uh-oh.
There's people in the
That's
chat
how
say,
I
what
see
is
it.
Cory talking about? All the uninitiated don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm like, don't
uninitiated.
introduce me to, especially if I know that person. or
That's how I believe that.
This is what I know.
I
This is
think
what
you're
I am.
putting me, that me,
I admit that I am a C student.
in what?
In
like,
life and everything.
Okay.
In school and everything. I'm a C student. So the way I like to do it is I like for people to break it down to me like a C student. Help me to understand like I'm barely graduating. Break it down to me like a little child. The way that you would talk to a child, talk to me.
Right.
That's why I like to do it. And it's easier for me to digest it.
I like that you said that, but see, I'm at a stage of the game. I ain't got time to talk to kids.
Why not?
I don't got time to talk to kids. My kids grown, and I'm saying, like, if they ask me to go to a school and speak to the children, I would tell the children to do what's right, because I know that's what they're supposed to do. I'll be like, listen, do what's right. Whenever you get that feeling like you're doing something wrong, then step back and do what's right. That's what I would tell kids. That way I would be able to speak from the heart.
So
Not
you're one of
going
those
for
do
it.
what I say, not what I
No.
do?
I said do what's right.
Let me tell you what my translation
what
of
I-
that is. This is my translation of that. I don't want to substantiate my argument, or I don't want to break it down to where you'll actually understand it, because you may be able to break down what it is that I'm saying. So I choose to only speak in riddles, and I also want to speak in parables, Because then I could say, well, if you don't know, you don't know, you don't get it. Now, I might get it. I might know exactly what you're talking about. But I might act like I don't know what you're talking about because I want you to substantiate your argument. So that's what I stand on. But that's why I say break it down to me like a C student so that I can truly understand exactly what you're talking about. So that we all can understand it because we all may need to learn something.
Right. So
That's
look,
what
you said.
do, they teach, right?
You said you go, but what you said in there, that was a key word. You act like you don't know. And I know you act like you don't know, brother.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You just said it. Believe me, you said it.
Why is Phil laughing?
Phil's silly. He's silly.
Look,
really trying to look. It was an intense moment in here, Anton, and we try.
They all know. They all know what Cory talking about. They all know what Cory talking about. They talk. In a nutshell, Cory's talking about how Anton has been seen, you know, in public places with women that are not his wife, and you know, and how he basically uses women to market and catapult his platform, which is not a bad business strategy. It's not a bad business strategy. But it is very conflicting for a man who preaches, you know, wife and family and all of this kind of stuff, because you never truly know if people really honor what they themselves talk about. You never really know if people really honor the lives that they say that they live. So that's what Cory Holcomb is talking about in regards to Anton, directly to Anton right now.
Trying to make it where it is professional. We trying to make it where it ain't what everybody said might be or whatever the fuck. Because I ain't with all that. I ain't got to go to war with no man who visited our show and probably didn't understand one thing, how I was thinking, and I probably didn't understand one thing, how he was thinking.
Cory not gonna have me back on the show, y'all.
You funny, man. You
not gonna have me back on the show.
If I wasn't gonna have you back on the show, I wouldn't have shook your hand. I hope you believe that. When I caught myself, I was like,
you know what I'm doing right now, Phil? I'm putting pressure on him to get me back on the show.
But it ain't working
by saying that he not going, because
it ain't gonna work like that. But I'm saying
Cory don't like this, dog. He don't like this.
What? I think it's
what Cory don't
listen,
like? Why you talking to that man over there?
Because I got to talk to Phil. I'm talking to Cory through Phil. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Here's the thing.
Them the games where niggas get into fights. I'm telling you, this is how it jump off. Go ahead.
Cory not gonna have me back on the show because Cory is not having fun right now. This is gonna be one of Cory's best shows, but he's not having fun right now. And Cory seems to be a feeler. I'm more of a results-driven guy. Cory seems to be the type of person that goes off of how he feels.
If you notice, I'm doing a lot of explaining to you about how the line can get crossed, but you're doing a lot of telling me what I am. I think that's homosexual behavior.
I said Cory seems to be, meaning that I'm leaving open a door to get corrected. I want him to correct me if I'm wrong, but I still want the freedom to be able to give my opinion. So you don't want me to get my
You
thoughts?
can have the freedom, brother. What I look like trying to take freedom from you?
No. I'm starting to feel some type of way, bro, because why is everything homosexual to you?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, if,
when did the conversation turn into homosexuality again?
Okay, I'm gonna let you land. Because I don't want to talk over you.
I'm trying to understand it. Why is everything gay?
I can explain it.
Go ahead.
Maybe, look, I'm not saying that you gay, but what I'm saying is, if you looking at another man and you say you talking to me through another man, if I'm a man, I'm gonna say, well, I'm right here.
Yeah, but you're not getting it.
You still talk about me. Homie, this is a gay conversation.
It's not.
When you talking to men who play in riddles and stuff like that, I'm telling you.
You the one that's talking in riddles.
You ain't never been to jail, have you?
Hell no, I ain't never been to jail.
I could tell.
I could tell.
You been to jail?
Nope.
Nope.
So what the fuck that mean then?
I'm just saying, like, if you went to jail, they would have to start you over from scratch.
What would they do to you?
The people who
You would be the tough one.
No. Just let me land with this. The people
I don't
who
think from a jail perspective, nigga. I'm not a jailbird. I'm never going to jail.
I see.
The fuck is we talking?
And for the record, kids, stay out of jail. I've never been to jail, and I don't plan on going. I don't have the time to go. But for the record, kids, stay out of jail.
You can't say what you'll never do, but I'm saying.
I'm never going to jail, bro.
But, okay.
I don't even have that dog, I don't even like that type of energy.
I'm just trying to make a point. Anton. What I'm saying is, I have been around enough people who have been institutionalized where I know how to carry myself around men who not finna play with you. That's all I'm saying. I don't
hang around niggas that been to jail, so I saw for it that way. The way you saw for it is a little bit different than the way I saw for it.
Okay.
So I choose not to hang around niggas that's been institutionalized, that had to carry themselves a certain way because they made a decision that they wasn't supposed to make.
And you know, it shows that you've been around people that ain't seen the other side of the game. Because some of the smartest men I know they've been to college and gave that time up. And it was actually a learning process for them. But they still got to stand 10 toes down when they out here, Anton. I don't believe that you tried to disrespect me now that I've been talking to you. I don't believe that. I believe that you are the way you are. I am the way I am. And it can clash if people are not educated on how to be around each other, because men can go to war over misunderstandings.
He's throwing an intellectual shot right now.
What am I doing?
So without saying it, he's basically saying, oh, you from a different space, so you don't get the way that we move over here.
Over here or anywhere in the United States of America, and that's not a black thing. I'm talking about Caucasians, Hispanics, and Asians understand the respect level men must have when they're in front of each other, because it can trigger war. That's all I'm saying to you.
I understand everything that happens when it happens. I'm a chess player. That's what I've been playing my entire life. Okay. Maybe you walked into something that you wasn't expecting. Maybe I knew what you was gonna do before you did it.
Maybe, maybe. But I tell you what, that's a dangerous game to play, especially if you got a life that you live in. Because I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people in the cemetery that didn't know it was gonna happen like that fast. That's why out here, I try to walk under the code. There's a code out here.
No, you don't. And that's why I said
You say I don't walk under the code?
No, you're hypocritical. I told you that to your face.
The whole world a hypocrite, but what are you talking about?
No, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite when it comes
I believe you.
When it comes to specifically you moving by a code.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Because you think that you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, and that people are supposed to respect the way that you move. But I don't think that you move the way that you're supposed to anyway.
I want this thing to be studied, because here's the truth. Brother Anton is talking about everybody else but himself and white men. This is a fact.
I like this chat. Let me tell y'all why I like the chat.
Everything but himself and white men.
No, listen, I told you I want to come back and have a full conversation about it. Or we can talk about it right now. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Study this episode.
Shout out to the
shit on Caucasian males.
Shout out to the
ain't shit on himself.
I'm not gonna shit on nobody.
Now, you shitted on black people. You shitted on motherfuckers.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face.
And see, here we go again. See, here we go. See, the conversation was going just fine. But in normal Anton fashion, he can't help but to go out of bounds. He just can't help it. And you hear Cory warning him, be careful.
Be careful shitting on me, because I feel like you're talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
You shitted on me to my face, but that shit will lead to some danger.
Will we please stop the
Trust me.
The tough talk? I got security, you got security. Ain't
Homie,
nobody
I
doing
ain't got
shit.
security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
You
security
gotta
people.
hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody to
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking tough.
Homie, you
just said that
I'm not
even
talking
tough
tough.
guy.
I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so
You
easily
said you
triggered?
disrespected me in my face. And then you act like it was all
You said that I
good.
disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you that I disrespected you if that's the way you felt.
Yo, the way that Cory is looking at Anton is fucking hilarious, man. And Cory is looking at Anton like, I will mollywop this ninja at any time. The way that Cory is looking at Anton is just hilarious, man. Shit is crazy, man.
Is that not what you said?
Homie.
You said that out of your mouth.
Homie,
and so I apologized when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you
But you still
disrespected me
triggered
in
by
my
it
face
because you don't accept the apology because
You still talking
feel
about
some type of
everybody
way.
else except yourself and
No,
white men.
I'm telling you what I said. You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing a conversation that happened. Why you so easily offended? We
You
chopped
still
it up
talking about me? It sounds like I'm arguing with
because I'm right. See what I'm
I'll be
saying?
around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings.
I'm
It's
not
probably
talking about
better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down.
You're
So you proved the
hypocritical.
point.
You're hypocritical.
Homie, just gone, man.
No, you hypocritical,
just gone,
bro.
man.
You
Just gone.
hypocrite. I'm out the jet.
You done did this before.
He's
Get your
hypocritical,
bitch ass the
and
Hey, homie.
All right, I'm out.
Get your bitch ass the fuck on.
not
And walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga. Walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch.
You proved my point.
I got shit to do.
You're right.
Don't bring bitches up here, dog, that you ain't finna stand on.
Right.
Remember I told you that. If you got a bitch with you, explain the bitch. Don't ask her to be on my show, nigga.
And see, this is what Cory was talking about a few minutes ago, because anybody that knows Anton Daniels knows that, he's a married man, he's a family man, and, he stands on marriage. He stands, on being committed to the marriage, right? From some of the things that I've heard him say over the years, right? Because I am not an avid watcher of Anton Daniels, but if you're on YouTube long enough, you're bound to see him on somebody's panel sooner or later, or you're bound, for one of his shorts to pop up in your feed, and this is what Cory was talking about earlier. How you such a Because I can tell you right now, if even my own girl would be looking at me crazy if I was to just be out like parading another girl around when people know I'm in a relationship. Even my own lady will have a problem with that. And this is what Cory is trying to say without saying it. How are you bringing a woman to my show that's not your wife? That's kind of disrespectful. You are bringing another woman to my show that's not your wife, and you trying to put this girl on my show that I don't even know. That's what Cory is saying. That's what he was saying without saying it.
Can she be on the show? I don't know that bitch, nigga. Now get your whole ass the fuck on and pay for your pussy like you got to, cake ass nigga. And go get you a bodyguard, because a nigga be done slap the shit out your bitch ass. I got shit to do. I ain't finna follow that nigga out the door. I am who I say I am. I stand on it. Fuck a friend. Now who the next motherfucker to come up here? What up?
So there's a new word in the dictionary called rage bait, right? So that's what you just witnessed. So
Rage bait. Let me tell you something.
It's a new word.
That ain't no new word.
Okay, bet. It's
Let me
old
tell you
behavior,
something.
new word.
Where I'm from, if a nigga say something about sucking dick, nigga, it's on.
And he knows
I don't
that.
know nothing about no niggas saying nothing to no nigga where niggas talk about suck dick and niggas be ready to swing.
And he knows that.
But he didn't say that dick sucking shit again. Get your fat ass out of here, nigga.
Just certain words
That's
you just
a
don't
hate.
use.
In here with this bitch that he know ain't his wife and motherfucker
Man,
trying
Cory-
to get the bitch
Cory
on the
is
show.
hilarious,
Bitch,
man.
nigga, you ain't got it like that, nigga. Get your cake ass out of here, nigga. Like I'm finna be upset. This is what I wanted to talk about today, mainly. We have a situation in America going on where there are a lot of men that don't want to reveal themselves. No, the screen they bought was defective, so the company gave them the upgrade.
I don't think they realize because they.
Over $1 million.
Nigga, this board back here, this ain't no. Hey, this is not a lie. Hey,
Beat your ass.
man, you know who?
All right, so this part we basically we at the end of the stream now. You know what I mean? This is all I wanted to present to y'all. You know, basically Craig Fax is about to come on and say a little something. Then basically it's over from here. Basically Cory, the rest of the show, he's just dragging Anton the rest of the show. But let's hear what Craig Fax got to say.
Looked the scaredest? Who looked the scaredest? His bodyguard. That nigga was like.
Hey, I'll beat your ass, nigga. You whole ass.
We ain't beat nobody yet. No. Hey, can I tell y'all something? Hold on, let me tell y'all something. This is not a lie. Phil, Nail, hey, what this thing cost?
Over $1 million.
Nigga, this board back here, this ain't no sucker shit. My nigga Laylaw bought this thing right here. Laylaw, Joe Mac and Macca bought this screen. This screen is not no cheap. The screen they bought was defective, so the company gave them the upgrade.
I don't think they realize because they can only see.
This ain't no cheap shit.
Yes,
You don't tear this up.
Crazy.
But I believe if I would have super socked that nigga, I could have guided him that way.
I think that's
Because I was already sizing him up. I was like, oh, this is a little fat motherfucker.
I'd have whooped you, man.
I was like, dog.
At 10. I got to get back to my show. I was watching the
Nigga,
show.
you
like, hold on.
stupid, nigga.
I got to get back to my show, man.
Hey, man, if that nigga would have said I suck dick, I'd have dotted that nigga out. I swear to God and took whatever come with it. But I ain't living like that. I'm not living like that. I am a successful man.
Come back with the bodyguard. I'll whoop that nigga.
That bodyguard ain't with that nigga. That nigga just trying to get that money and get the fuck. Let me drop this cake ass nigga off at the airport. That nigga say he don't know nobody who went to jail. What the fuck?
Nah, he was trying to beg.
How do you live in America and don't know nobody who went to
yeah.
jail? And he called me a hypocrite. This man said I'm a hypocrite.
Hell, I'm a square, and I know quite a few people that went to jail, and I'm a square, just like Anton. I'm a square, but I'm kind of really in these streets though, like a lot more than Anton.
And he said he don't know nobody who went to jail. But back on the good sissy.
And I don't say that to brag. I just say that because like it's real life. Like, yeah, it's a fact.
I gotta get back to my show. I got a show at 10.
Go ahead, Joe. Do your thing, man.
Oh, man. Fuck Anton.
The nigga was.
And there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So we've been rocking for 2.5 hours. It's almost 5 in the morning. So what we gonna do is we gonna go ahead. We're gonna try to premiere this on Zone 864 TV on YouTube. You know, it's gonna be a long upload. But I want to thank everybody for stopping by, everybody that stopped by, everybody that hit the like button, everybody that's watching on Rumble, YouTube. And hey man, as usual, don't forget to like, share, and of course, subscribe. I'm your homie Zone, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.